にちは。こんにちは。こんにちは。
Greetings! Welcome, welcome. Oh. Get my stream information. Oh. Put this on. There. Now it should have updated properly. There we go. Now we in the just chatting section. Just chatting. Greetings, chat. Welcome, welcome. How's it going today out there in chatland? You were sure I'd be horizontal? Well, I had to get up because people were knocking at the door. So I had to go answer the door, and while I was up, I'm like, I guess I can do like a little live stream because I'm gonna be sitting here at the computer anyway, doing things. You know, I'm like, you know what? If I'm gonna be just sitting here for a little while waiting for painkillers to kick in and doing other things, I can do a short little chit chat stream in the meantime. Yeah. So that's what I'm doing. And I even came up with something to do. Because I mentioned that I wasn't going to cover the Xbox event live. But there were a couple of things mentioned at the Xbox event that I do want to just kind of mention on the channel. So I kind of cherry picked the things out of there, the games that I was interested in. And Nintendo, I think it was earlier today, had a Nintendo Direct, which was out of the blue, but the Nintendo Directs always are. They never announce when they're going to do them. And they actually had a really interesting announcement, a couple of interesting announcements, but one really interesting announcement during the Direct. So I'm like, you know what? I will cover the 6 items that came out of the Nintendo Direct and the 4 items that came out of the Xbox that I am most interested in. Yeah, games that I am actually likely to play at some point in the future. Yeah, so we actually have like content kinda for our chatting stream today. Yeah. Ooh, did I push all of the buttons? I need to make sure I pushed all the buttons. I think so. Yes, I do believe so. So yeah, I'm just gonna be here for a little while, chit-chatting. For anyone who may be watching the stream that doesn't know, and the reason that the stream changed from Elementalis to just chatting, earlier today I got a piece of paper like shoved through my door saying that they were going to be working on the parking lot outside, and that they were going to be doing it tomorrow morning, and that everybody had to move their cars out from in front of the building or they would get towed. So I go out to move my car, and the car won't start. So I don't know why the car doesn't start. But anyway, I can't find anybody to like jump it or anything, so I have to push the car out of the space and across the parking lot to an area where they said they're not going to be working. And push it into a space down there. And for those of you who don't know, I have a degenerative spinal condition that prevents me from like walking or standing for long periods of time, and I like walk with a cane like an old man and all that. So yeah, having to push a small SUV by myself across the parking lot, not fun times. And yeah, now like everything pretty much hurts. But hopefully they won't be towing my car. And then I got another message through the door. Oh, since it's raining today, we're going to put that off from tomorrow morning to Thursday. And I'm like, okay, well, it's in a spot where it should be okay. But now I still have to figure out why the battery died. Which I don't know. It shouldn't have died. So I'm gonna have to get someone to try and jump me, and then get the car started, and hopefully charge up the battery. And now I'm going to have to take one of the power cables off the terminals of the battery every time I park the car to make sure that the battery isn't drained by some random thing that's going on with the car now. So yeah, that's gonna be fun times. But yeah, the injuries acquired from pushing said vehicle, yeah, don't feel good. And it kind of restricts like a lot of things that I was planning on doing until I get the car fixed. Yeah. Because I don't actually have working service on my phone at the moment. So if I go somewhere and break down, I've got no way to call anybody. So I would just be broken down and unable to inform anybody that I was broke down somewhere. Which is lovely. But then I'm also in the same position if Narimom or I need to go to the hospital. Yeah, we can get an ambulance right there, but then we're stuck at the hospital when we get discharged with no way to get back and no car to get back and no way to contact anybody to come pick us up, and no one that would actually come pick us up anyway. Yeah. So the car breaking down presents a lot of issues. We got some upbeat music though, and we got game trailers to watch, so that should be exciting. This kind of fits the first game trailer we have. Now this was from the Xbox show.
Do I remember the moment my powers came in? Well, I was being crushed to death with seawater and mud and manure, whilst holding onto my sister's hand. I remember her fingers gripped so tightly in mine that her nails drew blood. Until I lost her grip. But she stayed away.
Playground game. Now I must admit, when I saw this for the first time, I was not sure what game this was.
I know why you're here. You want to talk about them.
At least not at the start.
They're not real heroes.
You ever seen a legend in the flesh?
Well, that power, how do they use it?
This started to
Killing
kick in a
mindless
little bit
beasts.
here. At this point, I'm like, wait,
Fighting petty villains.
this
None of
Fable
that matters.
Look what
can't
a
be
guild.
Fable.
That's out.
A real hero knows how to wield power. Don't waste your time on trivialities.
You're back, and dressed like a twat.
Got more important things to worry about than vegetables.
A hero knows how to live with their choices.
Oi! What the fuck was that?
Well, I was just...
Just sent my brother into the infinite fucking abyss without even asking permission.
From remorse.
Is that M-rated?
Remorse is for the guilty. Look, I will tell you what I told them. Albion is broken, and I'm going to mend it. Albion doesn't need heroes.
Then when she said Albion, I'm like, okay.
It needs a hero.
You're a monster.
And that hero is me.
That sounds like something a villain would say. So yeah, new Fable game next February. I must admit, I am not terribly well versed in the entire Fable series. I've only ever played the first one. I didn't play 2 or 3 or anything that was after 2 or 3. So yeah, Fable. Fable looks interesting. And then a couple of videos later,
Dracula's castle is just
40th
ahead.
anniversary, they elaborated
come here
on
to
a game
destroy
that
you,
was announced
just like my father,
previously,
mother,
I
and their
think
allies
last
before
year
me.
At the Game Awards. Greetings, Landsley. Welcome. I'm going over some of the games that were announced at the Xbox
Would be
Xbox event on Sunday and from the Nintendo Direct earlier today. I just covered the new Fable game that
God has given you another chance,
and
Bruce.
this seems like it's
You must
a
use it
remake
wisely
of
to better control your curse and strengthen yourself.
Castlevania 2. If I had to guess, I think this was initially announced last year at the Game Awards. But at the Xbox event, they
Irritating thing.
give us the new
What
trailer.
makes you think you can stop me this time?
I've always wanted a pet Belmont.
Oh, thank you for the resub, Landsley. You are
I'll
awesome.
show you what hell is.
I am Rose Belmont, and I will hunt the night.
Forgive me your prime time. And everything's coming out in October. One thing I noticed from the State of Play to the Summer Games Fest, all the way through to Nintendo, everything is either coming out in October or September, or it's coming out early
Reckless
next
Ban is now
year.
effectively
Like in January or February. That gap where they're dodging in November, December is GTA 6. Nobody's putting anything out anywhere close to GTA.
You've heard the story.
I've always been a fan of Halo,
Halo,
and
The
this
Chief.
seems like it's another
Stuff of
remaster
legends.
of Halo 1. I don't actually know
But that's
what
not the
all
story
is
I'm telling
included
today.
in this. It's called Halo
this one,
Campaign
you
Evolved.
haven't heard. I've started
Video
simple
audio
enough.
is a smidge loud. I
Drop
can
in,
turn the video
grab the
audio
goods.
down a smidge.
Get out before anyone noticed. Well, guess what? They
It
noticed.
seems like it's a remake of the original Halo, and then they're adding some missions before the start of Halo 1. I don't know. I don't know exactly what this is, other
Now
than,
ready
you
to
know,
get to it?
Halo, yeah.
You served long enough.
This might be a prequel Halo, or it might just be additional
place
missions on top of a
More of a
Halo
freak
1
show.
remaster.
And
Both
trust
of
me,
those things seem
I know freaky.
possible.
Have you enjoyed your stay so far, Demon?
Sorry to interrupt, but we're on the clock.
It would be kind of interesting if this was a prequel, because a lot of these guys don't appear until Halo like 2 or 3, sometimes Halo 4.
Odds get worse. My advice. Bring the spark.
What was the laugh about the funny in the game? It'd be around for a while. See, it's called Halo Campaign Evolved.
Gee,
That's what makes me think this ties in to Halo 1. Because Halo 1 was originally called Halo Combat Evolved. So this strikes me as it might be like a Halo 1 remaster, but looking at this final image right here, like this is the Halo 1 armor right there. The energy sword wasn't added until Halo 2. And the people that he was talking to, like the Covenant Council, wasn't really brought into focus until Halo 2 and then Halo 3, when we got to play as the Arbiter. And that happened in Halo 3. Then we really started to get the Covenant side of things. And if this is a prequel to the original Halo, why does he wouldn't have known the soldier that was with him, the chief, because he met him on the Pillar of Autumn, and he wouldn't have Cortana either, because he gets Cortana on the Pillar of Autumn. And I can understand why he would be active 10 years before the Halo mission, but not how he would have access to Katana 10 years before the Halo mission. And by Halo, I mean when the Pillar of Autumn crashes on Halo, which is at the beginning of Halo 1, and kicks a whole bunch of stuff into order. And technically, Halo Reach is a prequel to the original Halo, and so is the TV show, and they both kind of tell the same story of the events that lead up to the launching of the Pillar of Autumn as an escape vessel from Reach, and then they're chased down by the Covenant and they crash on Halo, and that's where the first game begins. But yeah, there was Halo stuff, and I'm like, okay, that's interesting. And then one thing that was announced at the Xbox thing, but it was again here today on Nintendo Switch, is this trailer. So I kind of put it in the middle to do a crossover between the Xbox stuff and the Switch stuff. But since I played the first 3 Spyro games on the channel, I feel like I have a pretty good grasp of Spyro. And although I haven't played like the last trilogy, like the PS2 stuff, they're making a brand new Spyro game. And apparently it's launching everywhere. Spyro, A Realm Beyond. We get a little bit of gameplay here. It looks like Spyro has a free flight mode now, which is pretty cool. Unless that was one of those follow the rings things, in which case, probably not that cool. And then
Nintendo Switch 2 editions of these 3 Xenoblade Chronicles games are incoming.
The Xenoblade Chronicles series is
all 3 games run at 60 frames per second with 4K resolution in TV mode
no
or Full HD in handheld mode.
To play all of them.
In-game cutscenes also have enhanced resolution and frame rate.
There were different features on different systems. But apparently on Switch 2, they're putting a remastered version of all 3 of them. and they're adding
But you can
extra
travel on a
content
high-speed
and
vehicle
stuff
in the
into
first
the
game.
To bring like the first two games
Control blades to
up
fight
to the
mercenary
level that the
squad
third
battles
game
in the
was at.
second.
There's like reduced combat a little bit.
And put
They're
your
adding
strength to the
transversal
test
methods
against
in
waves
there
of
and
enemies
stuff.
in the third.
And
There's also a variety of other content added to
Just a
each
nice-
of the 3 games.
nice little
More
quality of life.
details will be revealed at a
Update.
later date.
So yeah, this caught
The
this
digital
caught my
version of
attention.
Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, Nintendo Switch 2 Edition, and the upgrade pack will be available later
And
today.
of course, Nintendo
the
is
physical version
charging
launches on July 30th.
for all of it because
The
that's
Nintendo Switch
that's what
2
they do.
editions of Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and Xenoblade Chronicles 3 will be available on the dates shown on
Upgrade
screen.
packs. Instead of just giving you the next version of the game, Nintendo's gonna charge you. Xbox and PlayStation don't. You can play previous console stuff on the new console on there. I didn't have to buy upgrade packs for my entire PS4 library to play it on my PS5. And then all of the Xenoblade guys and Twitter exploded when this happened.
そして戦いを決するのはいつもアニマとその力を自在に振るう騎士だった。
What's this?
この剣の名に
They're
始めよ
making a new
精進します
Xenoblade game.
ここが
Yes, Xenoblade Genesis.
その石はアニマ小石。騎士の力を
And
増
then people
幅さ
like,
せる
look
だけ
at
で
all the new Smash
そのもの
Brothers
の行
characters.
動や思いも刻みます。これからのあなたの学院生活
And
の
I
すべて
can't say
そ
I'm
の
assuming
石と
this
共にある
chick
と
is the main character. Which
今日の
means I
訓練は
automatically
実
have
践
to
を想定して
dislike
のも
this
の
game because there's female protagonists. We're not allowed to like female protagonists
力
anymore.
の使い方
Twitter told me
なん
so.
となく分かった気がする
I guess I've gotta hate this.
人殺しの職業だ。奪われた側はどう思うんだろうな。
真実見つけてみない
信仰を失った人の魂をドラゴンの炎で浄化
Very
することで
pretty
罪を
environment.
田舎貴族の限界を教えてあげる
I wonder how you could be standing.
あいつ使えるぜ。
It's the last act before you put your I wonder how you could be standing and then looking up in the ocean. It's like a wall.
帰るのさあの場所に
さあ始まるわよ
She's doing ascending. Nintendo also announced like so many
行ってまい
games
ります
going all the way back to the
ここは
PlayStation
6つの
3
太
era
陽に照らし出された
that are now being ported to the
そ
Switch
こで
2.
人々は知ることに
Yeah, like that right there. Like how is the are they on Halo? What is happening here? Like this is crazy. Like why does the world bend? This does not seem plausible. Why does the world bend? And then of course,
The first Final Fantasy in HD 2D. Final Fantasy returns to its roots with cinematic pixel art in a classic tale of crystals with a new twist.
its own standalone thing on the Switch 2. Well, that's the interesting thing, Lance.
Final
Nintendo is actually
Fantasy
caught up
Resonance.
pretty much with the
A
PlayStation 5
mysterious war
Xbox.
driven by revenge
Because
and shrouded in
Next
darkness
generation
seeks
Xbox
to
and
shatter
PS5
the 8
games
crystals that
are
sustain
getting
this
simultaneous
world.
launches on the Switch 2.
As a knight of the realm,
But then they're
you
also
set out
able
on
to
a
go
journey
back
to
to the last
protect
two
the
generations
crystals.
that they basically
Encounter
missed
allies
and
bound by
port
a
all of
shared
those games up
fate.
to the Switch 2 as well. So you're getting
Explore
brand new stuff
fantastic
like
lands.
the new Doom game coming out. It's going to be on the
And
Switch.
overcome
the new Final Fantasy
countless
7,
perils along the way.
Revelation. It's going to simultaneously launch on the Switch. But then at the same time, in this Nintendo Direct, they announced we're getting the Final
Uncover the
Fantasy X
secrets of the
remake.
past.
Like, you mean
as you discover the truth
FF10
of this
remake
world.
that came out on the PlayStation 3.
Summon new strength
that
from outside and within.
Oh.
Final Fantasy Resonance, coming October 22nd, 2026.
And apparently this is one of the mobile games that got created.
Heroes resonate across
lightning.
worlds.
Here's Noctis. Wall. Wow. All of these people. Again, available in October. Nobody is releasing anything anywhere close to the release of GTA. And then this is one of the ports that I was talking about. Oh, okay, you're porting something from several console generations ago. And it is in fact the Kingdom Hearts collection. This is the same collection that I have on the PS5. Kingdom Hearts 1 and the Kingdom Hearts 1.5 remix, the Kingdom Hearts 2 remix, Kingdom Hearts 8 remix, and they've added Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind. So they added Kingdom Hearts 3 into it.
If the world is made of light and darkness.
Darkness! The true darkness!
Man, you can tell.
All you have to do is look inside.
You can tell what's Kingdom Hearts 1.
Where you'll find your light.
Supreme darkness!
I know now, without a doubt, Kingdom Hearts is light.
Just spoil all of Kingdom Hearts in the trailer.
I hope we can
maybe
always
the one
be just like this
who's never
forever.
played it.
Me too.
I will tell you what your friend needs right now. He needs you to believe.
Although my heart may be weak, it's grown with each new
Kingdom Hearts
experience.
2
And it's
this is
found a
Kingdom
home
Hearts
with all
2.
the friends I've made.
My friends, they are my power.
Don't ever forget, wherever you go, I'm always with you.
And also, yes, that is very much Kingdom Hearts. Something darkness. And okay, yeah. So they're getting the 1.5, 2.5 remix, the 2.8 final chapter prologue, and they've added Kingdom Hearts 3 into the collection. I'm like, okay, that's great. Apparently, if you buy this on the Nintendo Switch, you only get this. You don't get these two if you buy it on the Switch, which is weird because this should be able to be played on the Switch. It's the same generation as that as far as remake. I can understand Kingdom Hearts 3 maybe not working on the Switch. That's a little bit strange. Anyway, then completely surprising everybody because everybody was looking for the Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer. We were looking for it at the State of Play. We were looking for it at the Summer Games Fest. That is true. I want to fill your dark soul with light. Although, one of the announcements, the rest of the Devil May Cry series, ported to the Switch too. But we were looking for the Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer everywhere. Who had it? Nintendo? And this game was first teased like 2 years ago. We saw a trailer of Kingdom Hearts 4. And it was this city, and Sora was like laying on a couch, and then he goes down into the street and he's fighting in the street against a bunch of little guys, and then this big dark side fella right here. And it's been 2 years, and was that Noctis? The trailer that we get is Sora fighting in the same city. Now he has a cool chain ability. But it's the same monsters in the same city. Kingdom Hearts is not a Nintendo exclusive. For a long time it was a PlayStation. But it's never been a Nintendo. So it's strange that Nintendo is the one that gets the Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer. But then a lot of people are like super excited. They're like, yay! Kingdom Hearts 4, and I'm looking at this like, and this is one of the things about the Switch 2. It's gonna be available on launch day on the Switch 2, so you're not gonna have to wait for a port. It comes to Switch 2 the same time it comes to everyone else. But I'm looking at this trailer, and I'm like, this is what we got 2 years ago. Like, what progress have you made on this game in 2 years? What, the buildings have signs on them now, and they were pretty much blank 2 years ago. And Sora has this cool little chain ability. Way to show people absolutely no progress on this game in the past 2 years. And this is not the first time that Square Enix has done this, specifically with Kingdom Hearts, because they did it with Kingdom Hearts 2 as well. They announced Kingdom Hearts 2 almost immediately after Kingdom Hearts, and they gave us a trailer of Roxas fighting in the first town, I forget what it's called, like Twilight Town. And then we don't hear anything for like a year, and they give us another trailer, and it's Roxas fighting in Twilight Town. I'm like, what? And then they like drop the game that year, and we're like, why did you just show us the same thing 2 years apart and then just kind of shadow drop the game? Square Enix likes to do that with the Kingdom Hearts fans. Like, oh, we'll just play the same video that we did before in the upgrades that we made. Yeah, just slap some neon signs on the building, level Sora up 5 levels, and then just do the same video again. So yeah, everybody's super excited, like, yay! Kingdom Hearts 4 still exists! And I'm like, yay, it exists! But people are like breaking down the video. There are already videos up on YouTube of people like breaking down the video. And I'm like, dude, you don't need to, like, what are you breaking down? Right? Like, where is he? It looks like he's in Akihabara. Right? Like, he is somewhere in Tokyo. This city absolutely looks like Tokyo. Like they're obviously in Tokyo. Why would they be anywhere other than Tokyo? This looks like Tokyo. It could not. It probably isn't. It's probably some other made-up city somewhere. But if I had to guess which city they're in Tokyo. They're in Osaka. You know, one of the big cities of Japan. Kind of reminds you of Prototype. I like to not be reminded of Prototype when at all possible. But yeah, I mean, we got a member of Organization 13. We don't know which one. It's one of the girls. I don't remember all of their names. We got the big dark side guy, and apparently one of the worlds that we're going to in this game is Earth. Okay, or maybe Japan has its own world in Kingdom Hearts. I don't know. Several of the Disney worlds were on Earth. But there's really nothing here that is terribly exciting. It's everything we already knew about Kingdom Hearts 4. Now this is the current Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer. Let me see if I can find it. I think I have it saved. Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer. So you saw the one we just saw. This was the Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer from 4 years ago. 4 years ago. When it was announced. There have been no updates on Kingdom Hearts from this trailer to the one we just watched. We have heard nothing else about Kingdom Hearts 4 between this trailer and the one we just watched. This is why I'm not terribly excited about the updates to Kingdom Hearts. So we got a picture of a trophy with the Kingdom Hearts logo on top. We've got Sora, obviously much older, laying on a couch in an apartment somewhere. And the big reveal, where did he arrive? Quatratum is apparently the name of the city. Look familiar to you? Does it look like maybe the exact same city? It's been 4 years between these two trailers. They're showing the exact same thing. There is nothing new here. This is the monster in the trailer that we just saw that was released 8 hours ago. It was in the trailer from 4 years ago. That's the car that Sora jumped off the top of in the trailer we just saw from 8 hours ago. That was in the trailer 4 years ago. And here comes Sora. I'm like, this is not terribly exciting to me, because it doesn't appear that they've made a whole lot of progress in 4 years of development. Oh cool, he's sliding through a building and he's fighting the big dark side guy. What he was doing in the trailer from 8 hours ago. Same thing he did in the trailer from 4 years ago. Like, is it just me? Am I the only one who can't get excited about trailers that are multiple years apart from each other? 4 years ago. Right there. 4 years ago, this trailer came out. This trailer came out 8 hours ago. It shows the same stuff. That is true. It's more progress than Elder Scrolls. At this point, I'm expecting Elder Scrolls 6 to just like shadow drop. It's just gonna be, oh, by the way, we made this. Bam! Elder Scrolls 6. But yeah, it's not really exciting to me, because it seems like they just basically gave us the same trailer they gave us 4 years ago, except it's a little more polished now, and Sora has a cool little chain ability that he's skating around on. I'm like, yeah. So ultimately, I'm in the camp. Yay! Kingdom Hearts 4, it exists. And then there's the one that I can't believe that they did, because there's already an Ocarina of Time remake.
Long ago, there was a land called Hyrule, created by beings of supreme divinity.
I'm not going to complain, because I will definitely
at the very edge of this kingdom,
enjoy an Ocarina
there lay
of Time
a small
remake.
forest.
It is probably my favorite of the Zelda games.
Within it, an ancient solitary tree quietly watched over the
I'm digging
inhabitants
the
of
new
the forest.
intro, because this is the intro to the game.
These forest dwellers were called
And the teasers of Saria's song.
Each had a fairy companion, and they lived out their innocent lives in these woods. However, there was one particular boy
who did not have a fairy
who did not have a fairy.
And he is drawn on this ancient mural of the Kokiri people for some reason. Although this is kind of cool. The Triforce already on the back of his hand. Although I don't, like, logically, I don't understand why he would be marked with the Triforce as Child Link at this point. Yeah, The Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, coming to Switch 2. Sometime this year, but they showed us nothing about this game. They absolutely knew that this was going to get everybody excited about Zelda with an Ocarina of Time remake, because everybody's been talking about it, and they likewise they put it right at the end of the Nintendo Direct, and they didn't tell us anything about the game. We see one image of Child Link right from the beginning, sleeping in his house. Like, this is the only thing that we get. Child Link in his house in the Kokiri Forest, and he's got the Triforce symbol on the back of his hand for some reason, which he shouldn't have at this point of Child Link, because he didn't get it until he opened the door of time for Ganon. Yeah, so Ocarina of Time, like, yeah, it's exciting. I hope that it's going to be good. I hope. The remake on the 3DS was pretty good, but it's a really awkward way to try and play that game. What I really hope that Nintendo has done when it comes to this port of Ocarina of Time, I hope they've looked at the Ship of Harkonnen and what the fans are doing with quality of life improvements, and like being able to use a second control stick to move the camera instead of always having to center it behind Link, having a free control camera, being able to remap the ocarina and the instruments to the D-pad buttons, instead of putting them on a control stick like they've done with all of the other Ocarina of Time remakes. Because it's much easier to play the ocarina when it's on a button rather than when it's on a stick. Being able to quick swap equipment like the Iron Boots, just being able to hit a button to pop the Iron Boots on and off. Yeah, I hope a lot of those quality of life things are included in this. Seeing as it appears to be an Unreal Engine remake, I would assume that they are. Or I would expect that they will be, I should say. I guess we're going to find out a little bit later this year. Well, everybody else will find out. I won't find out because I don't have a Switch 2 and I can't actually play this game. But yeah, Zelda, Ocarina of Time. All in all, covering everything, going all the way back to the Sony State of Play, up through this Nintendo Direct. This has been a very, very good year for gaming. Like, there's a lot of stuff. There's a pretty good balance of new stuff to remakes coming out, and almost all of it is in areas that people are really, really excited about. Even the stuff that I'm not excited about personally, other people who like grew up with those game series are really excited about it. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of really good stuff on the horizon. I think the end of this year and next year are going to be really, especially the beginning of next year, are going to be really, really good times for gamers that can afford to be gamers in that environment. I expect that the biggest problem, the biggest hurdle to gamers is actually going to come from Nintendo being a shit company. They are already like been called out. I don't know how many times for trying to price their gamers out of the market by charging for everything. Yeah. Anyway, it's actually pretty exciting. Looking forward at the gaming stuff. Yeah, Nintendo is having a hard time because of the choices that they're making with regards to their fans. Trying to push every Nintendo game up to a $70 price point was one of them. Pushing some games up to a $90 price point. Making the people who have already bought the game buy a $30 upgrade ticket in order to play the game that they already own on the Switch 2. You can't just bring your Switch 1 games over. You gotta buy the upgrade in order to play that on Switch 2, and that upgrade's gonna cost you an extra $30. If you buy they were doing things like they released Breath of the Wild. Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild. Now, Breath of the Wild is a fantastic game, right? But Breath of the Wild is a Wii U game. Breath of the Wild launched on Wii U and then was ported to the Switch and then was ported again to the Switch 2. And you know how much they charged people for buying Breath of the Wild on the Switch 2? $70. It was a $70 game right there with everything else, despite that it was for a console 2 generations prior. So yeah, Nintendo has not been winning any popularity contests with people, and people have been voting with their wallets. Because at the same time Nintendo is doing this, you have companies like Sony and Microsoft that are like, you know what? Microsoft is like, we're just gonna give our whole library away to anybody who buys Game Pass. And guess what? You can play them on any version of the Xbox or PC just by having Game Pass. You get all of this stuff. And Sony, like, oh, you bought a game on a previous console? Right? You own the game for the PS4? No problem. Pop it right over to the PS5. PS5 can play PS4 games perfectly. You know what else we're going to do? If you buy our online thing, we're going to give you all of the PS3, PS2, and PS1 games that we have available to play that actually work on the PlayStation 5 hardware. We'll give you all that stuff. It's in the past. And Nintendo is like, you know what we're going to do? We're going to charge you $30 to play the games that you already own from the previous system, even though they play just fine as a Switch title on the Switch 2. You still got to pay us $30 to do it. We're not going to give you a physical copy of the game. No. We're going to give you a little plastic chip that you have to put into your Switch that does not contain the game or any data. It is just a passcode that unlocks the game in your Switch. And you have to have the passcode card in there in order to use the game. But if you lose your passcode card, like you better not, because if you lose that, you just have to buy a new one. So the physical copies of the game are actually the digital copies of the game. They just have a little piece of plastic that you have to stick into your Switch 2. Yeah. This is why Nintendo's stock prices have crashed, because people are looking at it and just like, we're just not going to play the Switch, dude. Look, what does the Switch 2 have that the Switch doesn't have? That I can't get somewhere else for better? They have a Donkey Kong game. They have a Mario Kart game. Okay, Lansley. And that's really it. Alright, I'm gonna take a quick little break and then I will be right back. I'm back. Cool cat. Oh, does this mean Lansley is back as well? Awesome timing. Awesome, awesome. Yes. So yeah, I think I explained like what exactly happened with the whole back thing earlier, but we got a message stuck through the door, a little piece of paper saying that they're doing repairs on the parking lot right outside our building. So everybody had to move their cars because they could be doing it tomorrow morning. So earlier today, I go outside to move the car to a different spot. And car won't start. So I can't find anybody to give me a jump or anything, but gotta move the car. So I end up having to push the car across the parking lot to a new spot. And yeah, when you have mobility issues and your spine doesn't work properly and has like degenerative conditions in it, pushing cars, not a recommended activity. Not recommended. So yeah, I got the car to a new spot that when they gave a little map with their letter that shows what areas need to be evacuated and other places where you could potentially park. And so I moved my car into one of the areas that you could potentially park in. And then they sent another letter later through the door saying, oh, you know how we said it was going to be tomorrow? Well, it's kind of raining. So instead of tomorrow, we're going to do it on Thursday instead. But you still got to move your car. You just have till Thursday to move your car. So my car is in a spot that is not in the danger zone on the map. So they shouldn't tow it. Which is what they said they were going to do if your cars were still in the danger zone when the people show up to do the work, that they would tow them. But everything hurts.
Inconceivable!
I know, right? Everything hurts now. And I've been sitting here in the chair because I took like all of the
emotional damage.
No, physical damage is what that was. I took the pain medicines. I took like 2 Aleve and I took 4 ibuprofen. Aw, head pats. Head pats. So yeah, I had to sit up anyway to wait for the medications to try and kick in and make the pain not hurt. Make the pain not hurt as much. So I figured, you know, while I'm doing that, let's do a chatting stream and I can talk about the trailers of the games for the previous things. Yes, I unfortunately do not have a jumper pack, although I need to invest in one. Jump starters. How much do these things cost? Will this jump start my car? Why do they go from $99 to $27? Not with all of them. With something like this right here, yeah, it comes with a battery that you charge, and it can jumpstart your battery by itself. But I do not have one of these, and I don't know. Like, I recognize the DeWalt name and the Stanley name there, but I don't know which of these are actually good, which ones are not good. I would have to do some research. My car is a small SUV. Maybe not 2015. Maybe it's a 2005. Yeah, this is my car. Okay, well then I won't continue on your website. I mean, as simple as that. This is my car. This is exactly my car, the one that I had to push by myself across the parking lot. Project Farm on YouTube tested a lot of jumper packs. I will definitely have to check them out. I don't know what drained my battery in the first place. But I'm definitely gonna have to get a jumper pack. I would like to be able to have one that I could plug into the car and charge it out of the car itself. That would be useful. Although my car doesn't have an inverter, it does have one of the little 12-volt cigarette lighter things. So if I could like plug the jumper pack into the car and charge it off the car while the car is running, just let the alternator charge it up, that would be cool. So I wouldn't have to like take it into the house to charge it and then bring it back out. Because yeah, this is what the inside of my car looks like. Basically, my radio is different. But this is a little chargey port thingy right here. But yeah, this is what I was pushing across the parking lot that injured my back again. And now it's like extra sucky because I can't take the car anywhere. So yeah, that will do. Yep. And it did. It did do it. Luckily the car is in a spot where I don't think they are going to tow it. So that's good. But I still can't start it, and I still don't know why the battery drained. So I'm gonna have to get someone to jump it. And then I'm going to have to let the battery charge up, and then when I park it, I'm gonna have to disconnect one of the battery terminals so that whatever's draining the battery doesn't drain the battery anymore, and then reconnect it. Like every time I have to go somewhere now, I'm gonna have to put the battery terminal on, drive to the place, take the battery terminal off, and then when I go to leave, put the battery terminal back on until I am able to get a jumper pack, which is just problematic. Yeah. And I was mentioning before, like, this is not a great time for the car to break down because the phone is off. So if I'm out somewhere and the car breaks down, I've got no way to contact somebody to let them know, hey, my car broke down, I need to be rescued from the side of the road. I'm just kinda stuck there, which sucks. You put a cutoff switch under the dash? See, I wish I knew how to install things like that in cars. I am not good with automotives and machinery all that well. I am not a mechanic. Are working call boxes still a thing? Like payphones? No. Yeah, no. Everybody has cell phones now, so they started discontinuing all of that stuff here in the US. While I was truck driving, every once in a while I would see a phone mounted somewhere. I had no idea if it actually worked or not, but I would see them every once in a while when I was driving. But yeah.
Curse your sudden but inevitable betrayal!
All the phone boxes there are now defibrillators. That's an interesting choice. Emergency defibrillation station. But yeah, it sucks now because now anything that Nari Mom and I, while the car is not functioning, anything that Nari Mom and I want to do, we're gonna have to have delivered, which is way more expensive. Because I was pricing foods earlier for Nari Mom and I, it's gonna be $50 to get something delivered. 50. That's like the cost of the food itself is doubled just for delivery. Like, what? And I can't just go pick stuff up now because the car doesn't work. Yeah, and we don't have anything here because we have more month at the end of our money. And they're talking about like they're going to cancel our food stamps again. I'm like, what? So that means we'll have to reapply for that, which comes back to the phone thing, because to reapply for the food stamps, you have to do a telephone interview, which is hard to do when you don't have a telephone. So yeah, now I have more things to worry about. Yes. We're supposed to be getting food stamps on the 17th. And we have 6 eggs and 4 packets of ramen to last until the 17th. And a bag of flour. We have a bag of flour. We can make biscuits. The phone is $105, but they've probably double charged me by now. Because it's due. I can probably check and see how much they want. It's due on the 20th. And so it was due on the 20th of last month. One thing I don't get about, in order to sign into the app for my phone, from my phone, I have to put in my username and password, and then I have to put in my PIN number, and then they send me an email with a code that I have to put in on the phone, and then I have to use the biometrics on the phone. And this is all to verify that I am the person who owns the phone, but I'm logging into the app from the phone. Like, you should be able to pick one of these methods to verify that I am who I say I am. Like, I should not have to go not yet. They do not yet make me use an authenticator. Yeah, it says 105. Due immediately for service restoration. And I guess it would be due immediately again on the 20th of this month. I mean, I can understand one of the security measures, right? Like, I'm on the phone and I've got biometrics on the phone, so it needs my fingerprint, right? So when I log into the thing, why not do what every other app on my phone does and be like, hey, put your fingerprint on the thing now. And if it's my fingerprint, then I get in. If it's not my fingerprint, then I don't get in. Like, every other app can do that. But my phone, to verify that it's my 12-step verification. What? Like, you can tell which phone I'm connecting from. I know because it has the specs of my phone listed in my app. And it has my telephone number listed in the app. You know that I'm connecting from my device that is connected to the account. So therefore you only need to verify that I'm the one holding the device, which you can do through the fingerprint that you already require me to put in. So why do I need a username, a password, two-factor authentication, and a PIN number in addition to my fingerprint, which they can't fake? Like, I do not understand the logic being implied. It's like, well, we have them. We've got to use them for something. Because we paid a guy $200 to write the code for the website. So we got to use it. Because, you know, we're only T-Mobile, one of the biggest telephone companies in the world. God forbid we lose the $200 we paid the IT guy to code this security feature into the website. Or the app. Sorry, the app, not the website. That's what it feels like. Am I making fun of them? Yes. I'm going to look at that channel that Lansley mentioned. Project Farm. Going to make a note of Project Farm. Bam! Project Farm. And I'm going to find a good one of these, because this seems like something I'm going to need to carry in the car. Like from now on, it's gonna need to be just like in the back floorboard or something. Yeah. He does expensive versus cheap on American brands. Nice. I am in the camp of, will it fix the problem that I have? If so, the cheapest option to fix the problem that I have. That is typically the camp that I am in. Like, if it's not expensive and it fixes my problem, yes, let's go with that option. Obviously, if it's something, it is very useful, but it's funny watching Snap-on getting destroyed by some $15 no-name. Yeah, I can understand that. I like tool demonstrations and stuff where little like store brand tools are destroying big name brand tools, just like in quality and durability. I'm like, yep. Oh, Nintendo just sent me an email about watching their latest presentation that I watched earlier and just watched several videos from on the live stream. I need to go back and get Kick set up again. I am currently not streaming to Kick because when I tried to do the stream from the other day, well, no, it was last night. When I tried to do the stream for last night, Kick wouldn't let me sign in for some reason, because apparently the Kick servers were down. So I just didn't stream to Kick last night. I was just streaming to Twitch and to YouTube, which are really the only two platforms that I currently care about right now. They might be. I would not put that past Nintendo to try to DMCA my brain thoughts. Like, nope. You thought about Nintendo stuff, but the Nintendo has been getting handed a lot of L's lately, which I am actually kind of happy about. Particularly losing all of their things against Power World. Like, yeah. Like, I get the Power World is copying them for like Pokemon likenesses and stuff like that. But that's not what Nintendo was suing Power World about. Nintendo sued Power World over game mechanics, claiming that they owned party fighting mechanics and the mechanic of keeping a party member stored inside of a ball. Nintendo claimed that they owned those concepts and was suing Power World because they had put those concepts into Power World. But Power World was able to prove that Nintendo did not own those concepts because Power World was actually out before Nintendo filed the patents that they got pushed through. So Nintendo saw what Power World was doing, filed patents on the game mechanics that Power World was using, and then used their money to get those patents forced through. So that they could then turn around and sue Power World. And Power World was able to prove that, and Nintendo lost their patents were yanked. They lost that lawsuit hard. Which is good. You shouldn't be able to patent game mechanics. That is not good for anybody. You wanna patent stuff, you wanna copyright stuff. Yeah, copyright stories, characters, art, all of that stuff is fine. But actual game mechanics, you are doing nothing but hurting video games when you do that. You are stifling creativity. And everybody that does that is a piece of shit. That is my opinion on that. Rant. Yes. My opinion. If you try to copyright and patent game mechanics, you're a piece of shit. You're just stifling the game industry and creativity. Telling new creators that they can't they can't make a game that's similar to your game is stupid. Nintendo's not the only one that's done this. Oh. That is an alarm for me and Narishm. Brightly salt and white. I like this song. I like a lot of the music from Final Fantasy. Particularly from Final Fantasy 14. Mainly because Square Enix has decided, you know what, if you want to play Final Fantasy 14 music on your live stream, that's okay. We're not going to go after you for doing that. And I think a large part of that comes with how tied in the music is to the game and how much Square Enix is supporting their Final Fantasy 14 streamers and YouTubers. And I think a lot of that comes from Yoshi P. Because Square Enix has done some really amazing things. Like, if there's any company that people should be following for how to interact with your audience, like, follow Square Enix's example on this, because how they interact with their Final Fantasy audience is absolutely amazing. Yoshi P, here's some interesting things. Interview. Yoshi P, the director of Final Fantasy XIV, has done interviews with Mr. Happy, Asmongold, Neon and Shenpai, Larry Czar. He's done them with Jesse Cox, who I've mentioned before, Maximilian Dude. he goes around to big name influencers, and he appears on their channels as an interview. Here's an interesting thing. I'm gonna skip to this.
Side that was
I mentioned Maximilian Dude. Let's see if I can find that.
On the exploration side of things.
I mentioned Maximilian Dude previously on the stream. This was the night of Summer Games Fest. After they had announced the Final Fantasy VII Revelation, Max was reacting from that, and he gets a phone call from Square Enix saying that this guy, the president of Square Enix, wants to come to his house and do an interview about Final Fantasy VII because he knew that Max lived in LA near where the convention center was. And these guys are already familiar with Maximilian Dude because they show his review and reaction videos to their production team. So yeah, he gets a call from Square Enix. Hey, the president wants to come over to your house and do an interview. When are you available? Could you do it today? You're like, oh yeah, okay, then we'll be there at 7 o'clock. Nintendo would never do that. Nintendo would never do that. Nintendo needs to take a page out of the Square Enix books and realize that the fans of their games are not their enemies. If they treat their fans well, their stock prices wouldn't be tanking at the moment. Because fans vote with their wallet, and influential fans will tell other fans to not vote with their wallet. And like, I understand the piracy thing, but if you make your games and things affordable, you delete piracy. Like we've proven that like several times. Yeah, like people pirate things either because they can't afford it or it's not available. Like when you eliminate those two things, you basically eliminate piracy. Certainly any like massive swath of it. Yeah. I've touched on that before, I think, in the past. Which is what before means. Something that happened previously in the past. Yes. I think that is it for things I have to talk about. I've talked about most everything. We talked about the back injury, yes, and now the car breaking down, yes, and the games at the other events that I didn't cover, yes. Yes. So yeah, I think I'm going to go and try to figure out what Nari Mom and I are going to have for foods tonight. I think she still has coffee, so I can make her coffee, but I don't have anything else besides water. And the water here is blah. Well, being a first world country, we need better water. I mean, there's some places where the water is just straight up toxic here in the U.S. Like Flint, Michigan. I don't think have they even got their water thing fixed? Because their water was straight up poisonous. It was killing people. Our water here just kind of tastes bad. I do have one of those little Brita water pitcher things where I can pour water in the top and then it filters it down into the bottom. So that does make it taste better. I can't think of anything. The Whiz Frog has sent me a blessing. Whiz Frog blessing. Thank you. Thank you, mighty Whiz Frog. I guess he's no longer disapproving because I actually. Thank you, Lansley, for the funds. Much appreciated. Yeah, now we can get the phone back. Yeah. That's going to fix a lot of problems. And once I'm able to get the car started again, yeah. Thank you. I do believe I'm still out of topics to chat about. I have exhausted my chatting. Oh, nothing. I think I'm going to lay down after I get everything sorted, I think. E-Wizzy because he was the evil wizard. Yep. Bum, ba, bum, bum. There's a lot of alcohol involved in your games. Some campaigns do be going like that. Yep. I have had a couple of D&D campaigns that went that went kooky because of alcohol, and then a lot of D&D campaigns just go kooky because yeah, that's how they are. Yeah. Anywho, I think that's going to be me for the day. Yeah. I'm going to go get dinner sorted and get the phone bill paid before another bill decides to pay itself. Yes, getting stuck anywhere with no phone sucks. Like, super sucks. Anywho. Yep, and then I'm just gonna like lay down. Life-threatening sucks? Yes. I'm going to take the quickest path to laying down today, I think. Yeah. That's some weird music. Anywho, let's see who's out there in Twitch land doing fun stuff that we can drop a raid on. Who do we know that is streaming, that is doing fun things? Bum bum ba-dum bum bum. We have people watching the Nintendo Direct. Games Done Quick is doing stuff. Emmett is doing any percent runs of Super Metroid. V is doing Honkai Star Rail. Oh, DG looks like she's doing Destiny 2. We'll drop in on DG. Looks like she's just getting started. DG is fun. You guys know who DG is. I drop in on her all the time. Yeah. So we will pop into DG's channel, and I will probably be back tomorrow for Elementalis in the afternoon. A lot of that is going to depend on how I feel tomorrow. Yeah. Because I have no idea if I just like strained back or if it's just tired or anything like that, but much pain, very bad, not feel good. No. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for coming around. Thank you for the funds for the phone, Landsley. Much appreciated. And yeah. We're going to rate DG, and I will catch you guys on the flip side. Nari out.